What is it that calls you to such a place? Duty? Knowledge? Revenge? Or merely fame? Your journey will take you into the dark itself, to a land that preys upon its people. You clutch onto steel and faith, but you are far from the sight of your gods. Lost in the mist, where only the dead will find you. Seek those cursed halls, if you will. But know this. You cannot make demands of the devil. For he is the ancient. He is the land. And you are trespassers.
From the All right, so this is the overall, um, I guess you could say thoughts and final thoughts with regards to this game. I didn't do it for my last Neverwinter. It's more about knowing the world, knowing the locations, knowing dailies, and so on and so forth. Not sure what happened to that video. I believe it might have been deleted, so I might have to do it all over again, which is kind of pissed me off. But to be honest with you, if I have to do it all over again, I don't mind. It's been a while since I've played Neverwinter. I would say it's been a full year since the last time I played Neverwinter. And since then, there's been three updates. The original movie, or whatever, based on what I just played, was the first time I played Neverwinter. And the second one was the Ravenclaw one, which I've also played Neverwinter, but that was a year ago. The latest CGI movie, I haven't played that, and I haven't played the additional two updates that came before that CGI movie, which were in-game updates. You could basically call them mini updates with regards to how things progress within the game, how setups, how you interact, button mashing, and so on and so forth, and different events. So things have really changed since Neverwinter from a year ago. How vastly has they changed is it's only time will only tell. All I could say is that originally this game had a 75 higher rank standing that you could achieve for runs. Now this game has, I believe, if I go into um, social or no campaign, if I look at the campaign slot, let's say these are all the ones I finished. The legacy campaigns are all the one I finished with regards to the story. And these were all campaigns that get you from level like 0 to level 75. And then there were the actually past events that happened, which are the ones I did here, and the ones I did here, and the ones I did here. These are the ones I also participated in. Since then, there's this new Sword Coast Chronicles setup menu, which was different from before. That wasn't there, so that's something new I have to investigate. And for this setup, I guess the easier way that people made the game is to tell you exactly what you finished and what you didn't finish at the same. In the past, they didn't have that. It's basically learn as you go. So as you can see, they've learned from their mistakes and they decide to take the feedback from a lot of players saying this game is trash, your organization is bad, it's not correctly set up for controllers on PlayStation, it's more set up for people on PC. And so I believe that they fixed majority of those issues with regards to PlayStation. I'm pretty sure some of them is still primarily for I don't know PCs, which I never quite understood. They weren't able to transition that well. But over the course of the past 2 years, I believe they had more than enough time to get those kinks out. So with regards to this, they now added this new structure within the game where you could go L2, R2, switch back between the adventures that you want to do, repeat, or so on and so forth, to what you have completed and what you have achieved within the game. So if I was to press on something like Underdark Adventures, they already told me that I've already completed 9 out of 9 Underdark Adventures for the Catacombs, 9 out of 9 Underdark Adventures for Twisted Caverns, 12 out of 12 for Willow Woods. So it will tell you everything you achieve with regards to each campaign you've done. Same as Elemental Evil, same as Dwarven King, same as Maid's Engine. It will actually tell you, have you completed this? And then once you click on it, it will show you from the chapters all the way down, there's a check mark. The easiest way to know that you've completed it. So they've actually, finally, I don't know why the hell it took them more than a year to actually get this set up and in place, decide to do that. And a lot of people bitched about it, and they have every right to bitch about it, and a lot of people checked out of the game for a while because the organization is set up for how things are placed, how things are set up, how things are organized, was very poor in the past. And I'm surprised these guys didn't go bankrupt and stuff. But unfortunately, or I could say fortunately for them, they were able to take feedback from people, organize things well, and see where certain things are. And I think from the company point of view, they only saw things from what they understood. They didn't see things from a new player perspective. And that's one of the things that you took from people who just jump into the game on a free play that within the PlayStation Store and say, I'm confused, I don't know where the hell to go, this thing's so disorganized. Now organization is there. Now organization is set up. Now they don't have any right to say, well, no one has the right to say, well, doesn't make sense. Now the things are there. So when people bitched about the past, they have the right to bitch. And if the company says they don't have the right, then the people who run D&D, I mean, not really D&D, but the organization that run the Neverwinter game itself and the software, they don't know shit. In fact, they deserve to be wailed on. They deserve to be laughed at, and they deserve to be made fun of for things that they should have done from the beginning. But now they've corrected their mistakes, and hopefully a lot of things have changed for the better. So let's see. Da 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 da. Finish that. Leveling Adventures. Okay, so the Leveling Adventures. Let's see here. Still haven't finished that. Still haven't finished that. Almost there. Still haven't finished that. Continue story will guide you to the Doom Guides, Wars, and Quests. Okay, so if I choose to select the campaign for Bloodbourne Down, I will continue the story from. So this is very helpful. It tells you what you didn't complete and what you need to complete with regards to each stories, so to catch you up on where you need to go. And this is basically show echoes of prophecy, everything that's checked off, and everything that needs to be continued, such as these from Sharandar, are pretty much what's new. So anything at the top are what's new or are things that you have not explored yet within the game. So on this side shows you what you complete and what you need to complete, and on this side shows you things within your active Swift Coast Chronicles that are pretty much new or what has been added to the game that hasn't fully been completed yet. Such as I've completed this, or this is most current. I guess you could say what's most current in the game is what's in the front, because I've completed most of everything in the campaign with regards to Zariel's challenge. I've also beat Zariel as well. So that was about a year ago. So even though Sharandar is new, it was the update that came before this new CGI exclusive for the game, which was inside, I wouldn't say exclusive, but CGI that was recently updated. So Sharandar was 2 updates ago. So we have this current update, which is right now with the new CGI with the 3 characters in the front of the game, the dragon guy, the wizards guy, and the woman. I'm not sure if she's a mage or whatever, but those 3 characters are front line and center now for what's new within the world and what's the chronicles of the world. Sharandar came before that. That was the update before that, and I believe there was a mini update before Sharandar. So I missed Sharandar, and I missed the update before Sharandar, and this new CGI current update is the one now. So very helpful. They screwed up in the past. They've now got it right. They've now, once you go into your menu, once you press the menu, once you press options on your options, once you're in the game, you press L1. This is still the standard and very simple. L1, R1, go back and forth. And then you press on your options menu. And in your options menu, you turn on your volume if you want to talk or communicate with anyone else. Or if you're doing a video, and you save. And then you go once again, L1, R1. you go to your journal to see where you are within the game, your quest log, and it will show you on your quest log what you have completed, what you have set for yourself since the last time you played the game, and what needs to be done. So anything that's in front and center at the top are things that needs to be done, and the game will try to remind you what's in the top is what needs to be done. And anything that you have, like this little arrow to the side, the yellow arrow pointing to 45 degrees to the left, is what you've last highlighted or when you were lastly in the game. And of course, to actually select that, the options bar is at the bottom of the screen where it says Journal Options, square, Quest Options, triangle, expand, view rewards, and then close. So if you want to select where you want to go to, you just press triangle, which is the quest options, and then you will select what you want to set, what you want to make priority, or if you want to abandon it. So I'm going to abandon this, which will remove that quest options, and automatically that quest options will go towards the next available one that I selected since I last played the game a year ago. But if you want to get rid of that one too, it will now go towards the now current updated version of the game, which was the new quest with regards to the game Sharandar from the last update, not this most current update. Now, once you go past that, you go into achievements. They'll show you all your standard achievements from the last time. That's the same as the last game. We'll show you all the lore from the game from the past. That was the same from once 2 or 3 years ago. And now this is the new thing that I was speaking about with regards to this most current update with this new CGI introduction of the game, which is they finally got it right. If you're a new player to Neverwinter, you don't know what the hell's going on. You will need to know what you finished. You will need to know how you need to do missions. You will need to know what you still need to do. And once you go into campaigns, you have the L2 and the R2 button. By pressing L2, R2, you now go over from once adventures to now campaigns. It will then show you, once you see trophy next to it, each individual campaigns that you have finished. And once you finish a campaign, it will show you a trophy next to it. And if you press X on that button, it will now take you over to the side slot to show you. It'll say 9 out of 9, 17 out of 17, 12 out of 12. And it will show you that you finished everything. And then once you press on those individual campaigns or duties that you were supposed to do for that campaign, there will be check marks to highlight that you actually finished each and every one of them. And you can scroll up and down to see, did I or didn't I achieve each one, and did I collect the rewards for them? If the game shows you that you click the check mark and you accepted the reward for each one of them, you press on the reward. If the reward does not give it to you and pop up on the screen, it means you have already selected it. So now you go back, or you claim the reward, like I've just claimed that reward. I press that one, and I press that one. The adventure can't be continued at this time. That's what it was going to say. If it can't be continued at this time, that means you have already selected the items. You already achieved the items, or you collected the items. See, I didn't collect the items from this one. I didn't collect the items from that one, but I did collect the item from this one. It says, if it says adventure can't be continued at this time, it means you collected the item. Unfortunately, I didn't collect the item for this one. And the same applies to everything. You go back again, go on each one, and double check to see if you collected the reward. So click on it, claim reward, you claim that reward, claim. Yep, once again, didn't collect the first one from that reward for that campaign. Now I'm going down to this one. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, press square, claim reward again, pressed it again. And based upon what I've seen, now that I've looked at it, once you press on claim reward for just one of them, it gives you all three. So I'm wrong in that sense. I'm thinking I'm only collecting one reward, but I'm collecting all three. So once you press square and collect reward, regardless of what reward you highlight on at the bottom, it gives you all three anyway. So I've done all these missions from every single one of them, but I didn't collect the rewards for each and every one of them. I guess it's something new that the game gives to you. And this is another thing with regards to the update from the game itself. That's something new. That I never saw that before. I didn't know that that existed before because it never existed before. This whole organization, everything in chronological order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chapters, showing you what you've achieved, showing you what you didn't do, and showing you what you need to do, were things that were from the past and you didn't know how to claim it, or you did know how to claim it, but it was so disorganized. Now it's more organized. Now you claim things easily. Now you can achieve things easily. So from this point of view, I would say with regards to the organization of the game, I'll give the game a full 1 for organization. The CGI has become significantly better since the original, so I gave it another 1 for that game. For that part as well, the CGI has become better. The smoothness and movement of the game with regards to the controller, as well as going up and down as I'm going up and down, has become from something that was static to something that is now more fluid with regards to PlayStation controllers, where in the past it was incredibly janky and horrible, to be honest with you. Now, once you go down from the selected menu of everything you've achieved, see, I collected the rewards here, and it shows you, it checks it off. It checks it off once I collected all the rewards. So once you show your trophy that you've achieved everything in the game, but you haven't, but the trophy is a representation that you did not collect the rewards for each of the location you've gone to. So now I have to probably go back and see which reward I didn't collect. It says elemental evil. I've clicked on elemental evil, and yep, and there it is. Yeah, there's the little trophy at the side. See, this check mark is the where it says 24 out of 24. It's fully check marked. That means I fully collected the trophy from this one. And for this one, I didn't fully collect all my rewards, and the rewards are represented by a trophy. So that's also a nice way of organizing the game. See, now I've collected it. Now once I go back, that check mark is now there by the 22 out of 22. Same out of this one. Now I'll go back to fire pits, never collect. Based on the organization of the game, they decided to give people rewards for completed those things. So now the check mark is for the fire pits as well. Spinward Rise, just need to collect the rewards for that. I've now collected all the rewards for Spinward Rise as well. So the organization of this game has become very good, whereas in the past it was very horrible. And these rewards that they're obviously giving to us, I guess you could say it's their way of saying, well, we give rewards based on things that you've completed. I'm not sure if it's their way of apologizing, but it probably isn't. It's just a reward for completing the missions, and based on the new updates, the reward for that you're given based on the new update as well. Now see, these ones at the bottom are the ones I haven't fully completed. Anything that has a check mark next to it are things that you've completed. The Legacy campaign, it shows you all the campaigns that you've done. And anything that doesn't have a check mark next to it are things that you have not done yet, or things that you need to do. So, within the campaign, R2, these are all the campaigns and all the rewards I've collected from the campaigns. And everything that has that little semicircle next to it, that's not fully 100% 360-degree circle, are things that I've yet to do. So all the check marks are marked off for this, and the one at the top are the ones that I still haven't done yet. Now I could highlight it and continue the story here, which I will do, and it should pop up within my current quest log. So if I go to journals again, in my current journal, if I expand story doc, now see, I could close Sharandar up, I could close this on up. Well, this one has to be closed because that's something from an event from the past. But if I close this one up and open up story doc, Oh, I think I might have started that way. Let me go back. It says I'm continuing the story. Do I want to continue? Oh, wait, what was it? Okay, which one am I on? Training day. It should say weird. I just press continue on it. And I press continue story on it. Neverwinter graveyard. It should be highlighted within my menus option. If I continue the story. There's only one way to find out completely. Okay, so based on the old way, the game way of doing things, you could press on the center D-pad. By pressing on the center D-pad continuously, just the center of your PlayStation D-pad, it keeps going back and forth, back and forth. So a good way to see where you are currently is press on the current D-pad, keep moving and moving around until you get to this area right here. And then once you hit this area right here, bam, 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 and you hit this area right here, you then go up and down with your up and down directional stick. And then you'll be able to tell where Sergeant Knox is. Now this one says recover fragments of Zealand, and this one says return to Sharandar. And these are all within the menu of your quest log. See right here, this is not highlighted, and this is Sharandar, and this is everyone down. Now what's this showing here is what's actually in your quest log at the same time. So these three are actually showing here. Now I can't do this one. I could do these two, but I don't see the Sergeant Knox one, and that could only mean one thing, and only one thing. Once I go back to quest, go back to campaign, and then go back to the ones that I haven't fully completed, which is this one. Your quest path is guiding you to Sergeant Knox in this quest, Training Day. I never completed Training Day. So, if I want to complete Training Day and continue the story of Training Day, I must return to Sergeant Knox. I have a funny feeling that I won't be able to do this, because this might have been when I first started the game, and that was a long time ago. But if I really, really want to know, and really, really want to complete that, continue that story, even though I'm pressing square button on it, showing up within my quest log, it would mean only one thing and only one thing only. That I can't do it anymore because I missed it. Because there was something from so far in the past, it will not be able to allow me to do it. Or here we are. Let's talk to Sergeant Knox. Let's see. Oh, there it is, Training Day. So let's see. We've accepted. You cannot complete this action with more than okay. So another thing with regards to this game from the past is that once you press once again options, you now go to items and inventory. And based on this new update, the same, it still functions the same, but only certain things have changed. Not only with regards to text, but with regards to movement. In the past, you had to do things from left to right, and it would take forever. Now they set up the R2, L2 to move back and forth, left and right to see your entire inventory rather than scroll up and down continuously forever trying to claim things. Now you have the options to go back and forth, L2, R2. And within each one where it says 42, 18, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, these are the amount of items or the amount of item location within the bag for this area. So basically, the game is saying you have 1 bag, 2 bag, 3 bag, 4 bag, 5 bag, 6 bag, 7 bags. The game is saying that you're carrying 7 bags. Your character here, that I'm sitting within this gigantic polar bear, has 7 bags on them. Now, does this character look like he has 7 bags on him? No, because those 7 bags are supposed to be invisible. Um, a storage area that's located within some fantastical place, either within her pockets that are so small and expand into a huge bag out of her pockets, because this is the world of magic, that she could put her hand into later on and claim such goods. As regards to the actual polar bear I'm mounting right now, once you claim your first beast, with regards to the game, I'm not going to get into that. It'll be at the start of the game, and there's a quest for claiming beast, your first mount at the start of the game. But in order to activate such mount at the start of the game, you could then press the up button when you're on your main screen over and over again. That's the up button on your controller to summon your beast, and that's the standard. Now to go back to menus, she has 7 bags total, and within 7 bags there are 42 items for this one, 18 for this, so on and so forth. Now, in order for me to claim current rewards, I need to accept or get rid of certain items within my bag, because apparently I am overstocked. The game will tell you when you're overstocked, because you won't be able to do certain missions that requires you to do those missions based on the rewards that you need to claim. So every time you know that you're overstocked, your first bag will pop up here, having 42 items. Once you go to your second bag, it will skip your overstocked bag and go to second bag, third bag, so on and so forth. So you will never be able to see your overflow bag. If you press R2, L2, you must go downwards to go to your overflow bag, which is stuck right in between your adventure knapsack and your first bag. So technically your overflow bag will always be in your first bag. It would just be at the bottom. So now I have to accept these. So I'm going to accept them. Make room in your inventory for these items. Alright, so now I can't even accept them because I have too many items. So I now have to decide, and it's up to me to decide what I want to keep and get rid of that I consider to be important. So I'm going to open this bag, claim this, open this bag, claim everything here, open this bag, claim everything here. And once I've opened every bag, I'm going to decide if I want to keep these items or not, or if I want to turn them into refinements. And that's another thing. Certain items within this game can be refined for astral diamonds, which is the currency of this game. And once I highlight those items, it will say that it can be refined for astral diamonds. It's completely up to you if you want to do it or not, or if you want to sell the items. But no, only certain items can be sold within this game. Well, that's another thing. So let's see. We'll see what we see. So I'm going to refine my first item. Now the way to refine item is the same as it was before, and we'll see if they've changed the refinement method. Now they already changed the refinement method once. The original one, you just refine it, and then it turns into refinement points, or basically it turns into astral diamonds. The first time you played this game, it turned into astral diamonds. Unfortunately, that was a huge problem, so now you can convert it to refinement points, because people were spamming it all the time. They were getting away with getting lots of astral diamonds and lots of points for upgrading their weapons, and then it became a huge problem for the company itself. So they decided that if you're going to refine anything, you now can convert it to refinement points instead of actual diamonds and so on and so forth. I guess you could say it's another greed of the company, or I don't know. You'll have to, it's really up to you how you see people do things. From my point of view, it's a segue between greed and at the same time not greed. To, within balance of certain people who are willing to pay to progress in the game and those who are willing not to pay to progress in this game. Make no mistake, this is a pay to win game or a pay to progress game. This is what this is. So you don't have to pay to win, but if you want to progress faster, yes, you have to pay for that. Or you could take the long way and go at your own pace. Now, if you're within a clan or a group, that progression can go much faster. And if you're with friends, that progression goes equally faster. So it's up to you whether you want to solo things, which I wouldn't advise, or join guilds. I would speak on how to join guilds. But first, I will do the refinement. You highlight the item by pressing X on the item, and you go down to the bottom and convert to refinement points. So from this point of view, the refinement methods is better than it was in the past. So originally, I I think I had okay. So for the CGI, I gave it 1 full point improvement since the original CGI. With regards to characters, with regards to movement, with regards to everything, I gave it a full point. But now I think about it, that original CGI for the intro to the game still looks smooth. I believe it went backward a little with the more current CGI. So now I take that back. I give it a point 5. But I will give it a full point, maybe even an extra 1.5 for the now included in not inventory system but the quest system. That's a very good thing. So the game is now in my mind at a full 2. And with regards to refinement, going back and forth, and how you refine things and how you get to things within the game from your inventory slot has improved greatly since the original inception of the game, or conception of the game, if you want to say it like that, or set it like that. So I would say right now the game is at a 2.5 for me. I wouldn't say it's a huge one for something that it should have done a long time ago, but it is a vast improvement from its original conception. So 2.5 right now with regards to the overall game itself, from where it used to be to where it is now. Now this armor set is material armor inspected. It's a bound one. It doesn't have an actual status. It doesn't have an item level. If you see, this one has an item level. It says item level 980. This one does not have an item level. Now let's see our character. Our character is now wearing an item level of 1,225. 1,000. So if I don't get an item level that's within the 1,500 range, anything below that is pointless to me. So it's either got to be a 1,500 item level range or it doesn't exist. So you go back to those rewards. You check out those rewards. You get rid of things you don't want. And maybe I could sell these things. So let's see if we could sell them. So let's open up everything first. See what we got. Make some room and get rid of things that we obviously don't need. And the best way to get rid of things that you obviously don't need is to sell them. Now to sell an item, you then go right, R1, go to the, is it, no, it's It's not bazaar. It's the middle of the trade house. Now you go to my cosigns, R1 again, and choose the items. Now you could choose multiple items here. So you go to your 7 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's 7 bags. And then you select items, put it there. It'll tell you the value of the items. Now you could just decide to bid it, or you could decide to overall sell it. Now I'm gonna overall sell it. I'm not gonna bid it. And the way to overall sell something is to first put the item at 0, and then give some sort of incentive for someone to buy your item, which sell it a little cheaper than its actual price. So, I just realized something. Options. The volume of this game is down. Alright, so the volume of this game is down, but I actually want to cut off the volume completely, so I can actually talk with regards to everything of the game. So now I'm going to continue to open bags. Now we'll continue to decide if I want to keep something or discharge it. Or to sell it. Alright, so space-wise, I have... Now, if I can't sell an item, it means only one thing. That those items that I'm giving, that's given to me as a reward, can't be sold. Or do I even want to sell it? See, I've missed the past updates, so it'd be foolish to sell something if you don't know completely what it is that you're going to sell. But if you know already what it is that you're going to sell, you don't have to worry about it. Dust armor. Dust armor for the level characters. Equipment is at level 1100. Alright. Crown weapon. Challenge the duty of blah 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 blah. The pack contains an apparent. Open. This is the item level. Okay. What I have on is Legion Guards. Skin repair. And this is trying to elemental water. This is item level 4. Makes no sense. Open. Item levels weak. Open. Now this thing is saying this is item level. No, see, this is what I find. Okay. Open. 1,000. So it doesn't even matter if it's not beyond 1,200 based on the equipment I already have on. It's pretty much useless. So it doesn't even matter if I open it. If I can't sell it, I'll have to refine it. So I'm accepting this one. I'm taking this one. Anything that doesn't go beyond 1,500 isn't interested, or even 1,400 isn't isn't that interest to me. If it's at 1,300, then I might be interested. But if it's below 1,300, not an interest to me. So now I'll sell some more and see what I can sell. And this is the only thing I can sell. Then I posted triangle. It's now posted 2 items. All these other items I just opened, bags I just opened, are kind of pointless because now I'm unable to even sell them. I can only refine them, and they're below a certain item level, which means they're pretty much useless. Especially if you're fighting bad guys who are beyond your level, and especially if you're the type of player that uses only one character, which I'm currently doing right now. I'm just using mostly one character. I even need to sell this. I'll just refine this. Now, based on the last bag that I have, all these other new stuff I just opened cannot be sold, so I'll have to refine them. And this is what you do within this game. Sometimes it takes you more time to refine things than you do anything else. Sometimes you can't refine them at all. See, like this one, you open it, and you select based on what it is. But if it's weak, it doesn't even matter what you take. It's weak. Open this one as well. Same thing. It's weak. If you can't sell it, you'll have to refine it. This. This. And these are mostly from the campaigns you've done for each one, which tells you that the campaign that you were doing from the past were all weak campaigns compared to what you have to do now. Of course, they weren't weak when you were doing them because they were from the past, which means they were pretty much tough. But in comparison to what's current, they're not. So let's see. Yeah, we saw some more. And most new players to the game will probably buy these items, but if they're not new players, they'll probably ignore them. Well, every now and again you can get someone that will buy. So that's something to look forward to. Now I'll turn up the volume once I see things are set in place. Select this and convert. Select this and convert. Select this and convert. So on and so forth. Did I open it? Okay. Appearance. Okay, some things cannot be obviously be refined. Like this can't be refined. And this can be refined. And this can be refined. Same here.